activity A for which the start and end events are given. So 1, 2 are the starting and ending events. Now we'll have to start with the activity A, because that is what the housing plan, which is there is no predecessor. Since there is no predecessor, what does it mean? It is nothing but a initiating activity. Now since it is an initiating activity, now there won't be any predecessors, so there is no predecessor for this particular A. So now we can draw here, it is A. And then for activity B, for writing the activity B, we should ensure that there is a predecessor A. Yes, for writing B, before writing B, we should see that there is a activity is already written or not. So yes, already A is already written. Now let us start writing the activity B. Now let's say from here to here it is B. And then what we should say is for C activity again B. So for C activity also, for activity C also there is a predecessor B. Now for the C activity predecessor B and D activity also predecessor B. So means there are two activities that are initiating from this particular activity B. So now let's write activity C first. Now let's write so now this is what the activity C and this is activity D. And then for activity E, C is the predecessor. So for writing E, C must be the predecessor. There is a C activity here, so we should write activity E. So for activity C, B is the predecessor, but again for the activity E, C is the predecessor. So for E, C is the predecessor. And then for activity D, sorry, for activity F, D is the predecessor. So for writing F, D is the predecessor. But why should we join this E and F? Because the F is the ending activity and there is no other ending activity for E. Means there is no what we call there is no further activity after this particular activity E. So which means how could we understand this problem with this particular network diagram is for activity A, that is preparation of housing plan is A, and then B, construction of the project. So after preparing the housing plan, then we will construct the house, that is B. And then after C, after B, then C is the activity. So means for fixing the doors, constructing the house and preparation of housing plan must be completed. That's the reason why before the activity C initiating, B and A must be completed. So I think you might see this, B and A are completed for before writing the activity C, that is fixing doors. And then again for activity D also, for writing wiring the house, again the activity B must be completed. So means A and B, the preparation of housing plan and then constructing the house must be completed for even wiring also. So there is no necessity that fixing the doors is required for completing the activity D, that is wiring. So that is the reason why these two are independent activities but must be completed only after A and B. That is why D activity is initiated at B only. And then you see this next activity E, that is painting. So painting must be completed only after C, that is fixing the doors. So that is what, so after fixing the doors painting will be completed. And then polishing also will be completed before after this wiring. So after wiring the polishing will be completed, that is F. So now at the end, the after painting and polishing both are completed, only the project is said to be complete. So that's the reason why the at the end of the the what we call polishing, the total house construction is completed, said to be completed. So by the time the polish is completed, then also the painting will be completed, and finally the only when painting and the polishing both are completed, then only the project is said to be completed, mean the construction of house is completed. That is why the painting and polishing both are shown as completing at the end event. Now, another important thing to be recollected here is circle is nothing but an event, and arrow is nothing but a activity. So, for two events, one activity will be required. So, one activity joins two events like this. And then, what is required is numbering must be given to the projects. So, how the numbering must be given? So, while giving the numbering, the tail event must be given lesser number than the head event. So, now let's draw the tail event as a lesser number. You can start even 0 or even 1 as well. So, 1 and then 2. So, head is given higher number and tail is given lesser number. And then 2 next to 3. So, now you can give 4 here or even give 4 here also, because both are after 3 only. So, that is why 4, and since 4 has already been given, so now let's give 5. Now here you can give 6. So hope you would understand how to draw a network diagram. So then we can give the what we call duration numbers as well. So for activity A, what is the duration? 4 days. And for B, construction of house, how many days? 58 days. And for C, how many days? 2 days. For D, to gain 2 days. And for E, 1 day. And for F, also 1 day. So that's how the network diagram will be done, drawn for a one particular project. Hope you would understand how to draw a network diagram for any projects given like this. And also another important point to be remembered here is in most of the problems they don't give the start event and end events, but mostly they will give you only the activity and predecessors and duration. And of course you need to think that the event is started somewhere and ended at somewhere. Now look at here, the numbering is already given here, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, and that's the reason why 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 and 3 to 5 and 4 to 6 and 5 to 6 is already given. So now this way sometimes numbering will be given, starting and ending events will be given. Otherwise also we can give numbering based on the numbering rule that is to be followed for drawing the network diagram. And that's what the present lecture as how to draw a network diagram for a given project. Thank you very much.